Hello everyone, it's Noor once again, and that means that I'm here to talk about some tips or insights, if you like, as to how perhaps we can handle things a little bit better in our day-to-day work within our industry. I come here and I like to share these tips with you, obviously not because I think I'm some kind of anyone in this industry, but I think I've been in it long enough. Probably you've seen our posts on social media from time to time to explain how Lynn and I joined the industry when we were very young. I think we were both 18, but my 18 is 5 years older than Lynn's. So that's many, many moons ago. But we joined the industry at a very, very young age as English language teachers. Both Lynn and I are CELTA qualified. And we both have an academic background. And then as the years rolled by, we worked together in different language schools, doing different roles. We kind of always liked exploring the different angles, so to speak, of the industry. And many years later, here we are today, owning and running schools and agents. So when we come here to share certain tips with you, obviously these are tips and traits that we have collected over the years. We've all been, the people who attend an industry event for the first time. We've all been very overwhelmed when that happened. I remember attending my very first industry event. I think it must have been back in about 2013, so a good 11 plus years ago. Obviously, I didn't know anyone at the time. I wasn't even the co-owner of Schools and Agents at the time. I still worked for the company on a part-time basis. But my boss at the time had sent me to my very first industry event from the marketing point of view, as opposed to from the academic point of view, because I also in the past attended these industry events as a school. So again, I kind of understand what it's like to be a school at an event, what it's like to be a school wanting to make a lasting impression on an agent. And in any case, when I come here to share tips, it's based on this experience that kind of I gathered over the years in the industry. And one of the things that we spoke about in one of our Marketing Monday articles a few weeks ago was the idea of making a lasting impression during events, the idea of what we like to call in sales the elevator pitch. So how do I stand out at an event? If I am a school and I am meeting an agent for just 20 or 25 minutes, how do I make the most of those 20 or 25 minutes? And in my experience, what I find works a lot is to do more listening and less speaking. I think agents, and obviously those agents who are following this bulletin, are very welcome to comment in the comments section beneath this video and share their own experiences, because I think at the end of the day, this space is all about sharing experiences and making our industry better for everybody. But from the information, from the kind of thoughts that I collect, that I get to kind of put together when talking to agents, one of the common things that I hear is that agents are very often overwhelmed themselves by the amount of information that they are given by schools during these events, where really and truly agents also have needs. Agents also want to speak. So my point over here, and perhaps this is what I would like you to take away from this video today, is to listen more. So when you have meetings with agents, ask them what they are looking for. Ask them what they are interested in, because that way you can then angle your speech. You can then angle your presentation, your school's presentation, based on the needs of agents. Sometimes, and again, I hear this a lot when I attend events, Schools tell me, at the end of the day, I feel like I sound like a broken record because I've been saying the same thing over and over again for the whole day. I don't know how many meetings I've had, and I've given the same speech I don't know how many times. Try to listen. That way it becomes less boring for you and even more interesting for the agents. So I think, I would also like to hear your own experiences on this. I would like to hear how you guys handle it, how you guys manage these meetings. But I've always found, again, I can only share things from my perspective and based on what I hear from the people I meet. In my experience, I feel that when I listen to what the other person on the opposite side of the table is interested in, then even my own presentation comes out a little bit better because I'll be saying things, I'll be focusing on things which I already know the other person is going to find interesting. So I'll leave you with this today, but in the coming weeks, I'll be sharing more tips with you on how perhaps to handle, especially if you are new in the industry, how to handle these meetings a little bit more effectively. So thank you for following once again, and I'll see you again next week with more tips.